And welcome to my weather forecast. In today's video, I will be talking to you about lots of severe weather happening across the deep south into the southeast. And please stay tuned because there is a tornado outbreak expected or even likely as we head into eastern Texas through much of the south as we head from Monday through Wednesday of next week. I'll go into detail with that a little more here today. And do remember here to subscribe to my channel as I'll have content all week long covering the severe weather potential across the south and southeast. And don't be afraid to comment on anything here that I have on my content here. I will be able to answer questions that you have here all afternoon. I'll be available. So if you have any questions, I can answer those. But let's dive right in. The Storm Prediction Center's Day 1 outlook, you can see a slight risk of severe weather extending up into southern Illinois, southern Indiana, going down through central portions of Kentucky and into central Tennessee, much of the state of Alabama, and into western Georgia. An enhanced risk for portions of southwest Georgia, southern Alabama, and the northwest Florida panhandle, where a significant hatch tornado zone is around Enterprise, Alabama, down toward Ozark, Alabama, those areas, and close to Pensacola, Florida, just east of Mobile, Alabama, and that is for 2 to 5 EF2s to EF5 tornadoes here in those areas, and then a wind area here of 30% here around those areas, same locations with a 15% zone around Mobile, Alabama, Tallahassee, Florida, getting down to Macon, Georgia, Pensacola, Warner Robins, Georgia, those areas, and then a hail risk here is a little higher as we head up into the Ohio Valley with this general hail risk here around much of those areas as well. Now, looking at this here as we head into through the day, an MCS or mesoscale convective system did develop overnight with a strong low-level jet, and this is continuing and ongoing with some severe warnings. Even a few tornado warnings have popped up during the morning hours, but here some thunderstorms continuing to push across Georgia. This is 4 o'clock this afternoon, and these will still be ongoing and strong, and then they'll continue to push across Georgia with wind gusts that could be in excess of 60 miles per hour. Quarter-size hail is possible with these storms, and also a potential for an isolated tornado or two as we head through the afternoon across south central Georgia before the storms kind of weaken and push off to the east coast and off the east into the Atlantic as we head into late this evening. Up to the north here, we do have some general rainfall here across northern Illinois, much of Missouri into eastern Iowa. Much needed rain across those areas because of the drought concerns up there. Some moderate and severe drought has been developing in the past several months in those locations. And areas of rainfall, you could see rainfall amounts could be pushing probably right around an inch or so here, about a half inch to an inch of rain across north central Illinois, western Illinois, eastern portions of Iowa, into southwest Wisconsin, getting down towards St. Louis here as well. About a quarter to half inch of rain across most of Indiana, southern Michigan, into northwestern Ohio. So some much needed rain for those locations while we're dealing with the severe weather potential to the south. Now, this all translates eastward here as we head into tomorrow. This is our Saturday outlook. A slight risk is in play here all the way from the northeast down through the southeast here in the east coast. Wilmington, North Carolina, down through Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, Charleston, Savannah, Georgia, Jacksonville, Florida, Tallahassee, and then kind of getting up here into portions of the Pennsylvania into New York State here, Syracuse, New York in play here, kind of Binghamton, New York, so Scranton, those areas could have some severe weather up there as well. Tornado zone, 2% up in those areas, and then 2% down through the east coast here. A wind here threat of 15% up in that slight risk zone, and also that slight risk zone here across the east coast from North Carolina down through northern Florida. And a hail risk mainly across here the eastern portions of the Carolinas down through Georgia and northern Florida here as well, but a slight hail risk here up into portions of the northeast where hail could be around quarter size. And here, looking at that as we head into tomorrow here, this is as we head into tomorrow morning. Thunderstorms will be developing through the morning. A couple of these could be strong, so we'll have to watch these here in the morning hours. And as peak daytime heating here, we could have a couple of scattered strong thunderstorms develop across New York State, up into northeastern portions here of Pennsylvania. Also, a couple of thunderstorms developing in the eastern Carolinas and sagging its way down here in northern Florida, southern Georgia, with some isolated wind damage and potentially here a tornado, and even potentially here some like very heavy rainfall with some of these storms as well, as there's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, and those will walk themselves out as we head into our into our Saturday evening, and that will be that for that type of storm. Then as we head into next week, we have a very large and dangerous setup here for a few days from Monday through Wednesday next week. I'll be covering Monday and Tuesday here today. A enhanced or 30% risk of severe weather from the Storm Prediction Center on their day 4 outlook. This is well early, and this is rare for this time of year. For severe weather it's rare for them to put out an enhanced risk on the day 4 outlook here, rather, and those are very rare for them. So I think a moderate risk is definitely possible as we head into the day 3 outlook. I think there's a likely chance, probably about a 70% chance here, as my confidence that they're going to put a moderate risk out for areas here across East Texas, and this enhanced risk zone will be expanding. Now let's look at this in the high resolution model here. I have the wrong model. This is the GEM model, and this is midnight on Monday, and you can see all this quiet in here, and then you can see some warm air advection being pulled northward here. We'll have winds punching in out of the south and west with a strong mid-level jet here around 100 knots or thereabout, and then here's some stronger winds from the south-southeast with some convergence along a cold front. And a lot of lift. We'll have the jet stream being split here. One part of the jet stream will be pushing up through northwest Texas here, moving up toward the Midwest. Another part of the jet stream will be pushing through central Texas and here moving towards the eastern seaboard. And with the split difluent air here, a lot of lift in the atmosphere across East Texas, and that will cause thunderstorms to explode as we head, I think, as early as late morning, but as we head into the early afternoon, around peak heating or so thereabout. Thunderstorms will be developing across central Texas, and these will be discrete. Several supercells are likely as we head into central and eastern Texas, and these storms will continue to develop and march eastward, eventually forming a line of severe weather. But I think several supercells early on in the evolution could produce several strong tornadoes and even a violent tornado or two with EF4 or 5 strength here in play. So I definitely think that is a possibility. And then these storms will kind of continue to march eastward, and this will lead us to our day 5 outlook. Also an enhanced risk here around the Jackson, Mississippi area, getting down here into eastern Louisiana, where areas this could be upgraded as well to a moderate risk as we head into the day 3 outlook once this comes around. So back-to-back moderate risk days are definitely possible. So this is a dangerous setup where several strong and possibly a couple of violent tornadoes are definitely possible here on Monday across the Dallas-Fort Worth area, getting down to Waco, Texas here, into Austin and Houston, up towards Shreveport, maybe getting into southern Arkansas, northwestern portions of Louisiana, and then here on our day 5 outlook, this is our Tuesday. Strong and violent tornadoes here from much of Mississippi, potentially much of west central portions here of Alabama, Birmingham, getting down here toward Alexandria, Louisiana, New Orleans, Mobile, Alabama. So some strong tornadoes are definitely possible, if not likely, and a violent tornado or two is possible here as well. Let's look at the GFS's bulk shear. This is the shear output here from the GFS. This is late Monday afternoon, and you can see a lot of shear in place here across east central Texas, getting into northwest Louisiana, southwestern portions of Arkansas, far southeastern Oklahoma. A lot of shear in place. The winds will be coming out of the south and west a few thousand feet up, while at the surface they'll be coming more out of the south-southeast, and that will create a lot of spin in the atmosphere. So these storms will be rotating, so do take these seriously from Dallas-Fort Worth down through Waco, Texas, Houston, up towards Shreveport, south of Little Rock, and getting into southeastern portions here of Oklahoma. Several supercells are likely. Now, this is the significant tornado parameter on the NAM model, and it is showing some pretty high values across east central Texas at the moment. These could go up as the event gets closer, but already on the day here, 4 days out, you can see the significant tornado parameters are very high. So the confidence is getting there for a very violent day here on Monday, Tuesday, and even possibly extending into Wednesday. We won't take a look at Wednesday today, but we will as we head into tomorrow as we get closer to this event to warn you about the severe weather as we head into those days here as well. So that is my video today. I appreciate you watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel, and if you have any comments, I will be here all afternoon and evening to answer those. And I'll continue updating this here throughout the week to keep you ahead ahead of these dangerous thunderstorms, because I do think, unfortunately, Monday and Tuesday and possibly even Wednesday could be a very violent week of severe weather across the deep south into the southeast, and I want to keep you ahead of the storm. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll keep monitoring the situation as it develops. Thank you.